Hello everyone. Seems like a year since I did a video. It's just been 2 months. I've got my March cost of living here in April as well. Some things have been happening here. One primarily that has kind of set me back a little bit is my eyesight. I had a cataract out here 3.5 weeks ago, and the vision is extremely poor. So I couldn't wear my old lens, so I took it off, and so excuse me looking through one side, but that's really the only vision I've got. If this one was as bad as this one, I would probably be legally blind. So I'm not going to be doing a cataract on this one until this one behaves like it's supposed to. I had a friend who did cataract surgery, and after 2 to 3 weeks, he was starting to see very good, and after a month, he had 20/20, both eyes, and mine is not turning out the same way. Apparently there's last visit there's still swelling inside the eye. It's abnormal, don't know why. Doesn't hurt, no infection or anything. I'm still using drops, but that'll continue, so we're hoping for the best here. But that's kind of got me out of the mood for any videos of any type. But anyway, here we go with March cost of living. Food. Now, 28,065. May I say that includes food on a trip I made to the southern part of the country in March. And it also includes, on the total, it will include a hotel for a couple of weeks. So this is going to be a pretty big month. Without the restaurant food while away, it was in the neighborhood of 18,000. So the food definitely is inflated for March. The Wi-Fi was the same, $16.99, no cell. I still have Gomo, and it carries over. And water, $2.26. Potable water, $1.80. Gasoline, $2,000. Rent, $25,000. Electric, $44.57. And of course the PhilHealth, the SRRV card renewal, and car insurance I pay annually. But to break it down, PhilHealth $12.50 per month, the SRRV $17.67, and insurance $21.41. Now the SRRV, the visa never expires, but the card does. The card expires every 12 months, and so I mean they leave that wide open as far as what they can charge you, and so there you go. Miscellaneous. Well, that's a big one because I'm including the hotel in that one, and the total for March was 128,943, almost 129,000, which equates to $2,263, and that's over my income. So unfortunately that was an expensive month for me. And let's see if I even include no, I didn't. There's no doctor. Well, I didn't include doctor's visits. They weren't too much. Now in the April, I was looking to see, I didn't even put in the amount that my one cataract cost me. I do have Phil Health, and they picked up some. The price was like 110,000 pesos, and I ended up paying 85,000. So that is on Phil Health. So the rest of that was on Phil Health. But I mean, 85,000. That's, remember, no Medicare here, so you're left to self-insure. Or the reason why I got Phil Health is because it's a quick in if you have to get into a hospital. Otherwise, you need to show cash, or you're gonna sit outside. So that's the benefit of Phil Health. Although it doesn't pay us much, it's still worth it. For various reasons, as mentioned. So I did not include my eye cost in April. Food in April, 29,000. Wi-Fi, $16.99. That's a constant. Water, $226. Potable water, $180. Gasoline, $2,000. Rent, $25,000. Electric, $66.33. That's $2,000 more than last month rather. I was away a pretty good chunk of last month, so and that I did get a little cooler in here for the last 3 weeks or so. So that's what picks up the price. Phil Health, the constant, $12.50. SRV, $17.67. Insurance, $21.41, and that's comprehensive insurance on both vehicles. I had a little bit of a little damage to my car, and I'm still waiting. The process to get any kind of insurance payment is so terribly slow. A month has passed, and they still don't have it sorted out, and they don't pay a heck of a lot. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to continue with that. But I've kind of committed for this coming year. I was waiting to see how well the insurance company would pay. They put some numbers out. It was about half or less of what the car dealer, the Chang'an, that's what the car is, what they were billing or wanting to bill, and the insurance company is way below that. So I'm not even sure what's happening. I'm not exactly excited about carrying comp after this. There is a mandatory, as I've mentioned before, that's cheap. I think, well, I forget exactly the amount, but it's very cheap, and it's for a whole year. If you buy a new car, they give it to you for 3 years at the dealership, and but it's mandatory. But it only covers if you hit somebody and hurt that person. It covers that person's some of their medical expenses. That's it, nothing else. So you carry that. Miscellaneous. Well, I'm counting hotel, I'm counting airfare, and that equates, the whole total is with the miscellaneous is 122,000, which equates to 2137, and that's over my income also for April. So when you start making trips, it bites into your income pretty much, especially if you're away a couple of weeks at a time or more. And you got the hotel bill, you got airfare, and then you got the food. So I had occasion to go down to General Santos twice for a couple of weeks each time. and it takes a lot of cash, my friends. So that's the rundown for March and April. Again, I apologize for not staying on top of this, but as I say, there's some little concerns I've had, and you just don't feel like doing a video. So with that, I'm going to close this out. I did take some video of landing in General Santos. I'll give you an idea as to the land layout and what it looks like. Speaking of the city itself, it covers a very large area, and there's just nothing at all whatsoever attractive about it except that it's close to the beach, and tuna is a big deal there. That's where they bring a lot of tuna in. Never had any, but I'm just not impressed at all with that place. I might mention also there is an influence there that is not overwhelmingly friendly to Americans. Now, General Santos is on the central to eastern side of Mindanao, which is south on the south point. Now, if you go to the west, down the peninsula, you don't go there, my friends. I spoke with a Norwegian, and when I came here a year ago, or more, actually more now, to scope out the place and find a rental. The Norwegian had two friends that went down that area, a Canadian and a Norwegian, and they killed the Canadian, and they took the Norwegian for ransom, held him for 6 months. That is on the extreme west side of Mindanao, where the peninsula goes down. I'm not even going to mention names. You can look it up. Excuse me. But it's not safe. And here, I was with a friend on a trike, and you can't tell Muslim from one person to the next except the lady's dress. And the person I was with understood that the two in the front were good friends, one the driver, and the conversation and the signs was that they should stop and take care of me. Now, they were older guys, and I think I could have whipped their butt. However, there's that element of hatred in that religion. Now, you tell me, now I'm getting way off track here, but you tell me, if it was a religion of God, let me put it in those terms, would there be hate? Would there be the desire to kill? No, I'll let you answer that. But there's not a lot of Americans there. I was in shopping plazas. I was in the biggest shopping centers, and I remember seeing. That's for a couple of weeks, 2 different times now, and I remember seeing 2 expats, 2 foreigners. Don't know. I think one was an American because he actually talked to me in a grocery store very, very briefly, and I could tell by his accent that he was an American. The other fella, he was a little ways off, but that's the only 2 I saw. and I got around quite a bit. So obviously they live there, and maybe they don't have issues, but it's not a friendly place. I wasn't anticipating that it would be that way. I didn't frankly care because I understood it was safe, and I think for the most part it is. But I think you need to be careful where you go and stay away from poorer, isolated areas at night. And that's for any foreigner who desires to go down there and visit. When you get out of the city into the mountains, it's a different place. There are no threats as such. Just not far away in a mountain where I shot a part of a video visiting relatives of my friend. They have different dialect right there, and it's about an hour away from the city. Different dialect. Yes, it's Visayan down there, but this is a different dialect in the mountains, and the atmosphere is different. There's nothing threatening expats there, but General Santos proper, I wouldn't go out at night unless walking distance, to malls. Stayed at pretty nice hotels, so they were close to the shopping centers. So that's a little wee bit of a rundown on that place. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm sorry that I just haven't done anything, and by way of videos, I intend to. And hopefully I'll have a little more encouraging news about this cataract surgery. The doctor is very experienced, so I have no negativity against the process and the doctors and the care. But for some reason I can't, this should be almost as good as it's going to get, and I can't. I can see the door and the knob, and that's 6-7 feet away, but it's not good. So with that, I'm going to close it out, and take care, everybody. Until next time, I'm going to try to show you that the video that I did take with perhaps an update in a week or two. So again, thank you, and you all take care, and have a good rest of the day. Bye now.